Well, welcome back everybody. I'm so glad to have returned to the cockpit. I started without commentary. I had a bit of a phone call again. I'm always on the phone when I'm on stream for some reason. So yeah, we'll get going. As you can see, we're in a nice, beautiful banana-coloured TUI today. I do quite like the airline myself personally. ZIBO Mod 737-800 newer generation model in 4K textures. Today we're going as TUI 331, that's the flight number. We've not got... I'll turn the music off actually when we're done. Yeah, not got that far to go. It's saying about 2 hours to 2 hours 25 minutes, which is pretty good I think altogether, and then 1 hour 50 block time. So the airport we're flying into, I'm not sure the actual name. It's called Narsarsuaq. Well, I can't pronounce them, but you can see it in the title of the video. So we'll get going there and we'll get started up. The reason why I'm outside is because obviously we've got the IRS to align, we've got packs to get on board. You know, anyway, I do like the colour of this, it looks very nice. It's very, very good indeed. I think they're still cleaning. They do take an awful long time to clean. In the meantime, we've refueled, hopefully. I'll stick the fuel pumps on early. Need to get it pumped down the system. Although then again, it's not exactly a requirement. I mean, look at how shiny this looks. If you have noticed a difference, I would love to hear feedback. Obviously, the 747 4K to me on the PC looks fantastic. There's real. There's the packs coming on. It's really, really high-end quality compared to the standard edition. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. We've even got announcements in the cockpit for TUI. Lovely. Right, come on IRS, 3 minutes. We can put our route in the meantime. So going from BIRK to BGBW. Company route indeed. 331 today. Saying runway 13, we'll just activate it. We won't check anything else and we'll just do it the way we do it usually. Checking the runways, checking the departures, which I haven't actually written down yet. But according to SimBrief's given us 34,000 feet with a cost index of 8. So a really cheap airline it seems. Flight level 340 with a cost index of 8. They could have put it up to at least 10, you'd think. Yeah, so so saying planned optimum flight level today, 34,000 feet. Blah blah blah. I think that's all we need really. And the departure obviously is 13 for these. It's not giving us any departure, it just says direct Limbu. And then obviously when we arrive there's not going to be any standard arrival, so there's not really any SIDS or stars here today. Which is quite convenient, especially for an airliner. So direct. Let's go into legs. So we've preloaded the flight plan, so there's Limbu from... Select the runway. Wait for the IRS. You can see it's only got a minute left and you can see the whole thing properly. If you are new here, be sure to give feedback. If you are a regular here, I'm so glad to have you back as well. The channel appreciates you, I appreciate you, the airlines appreciate you all. For future flights, I'm going to continue more 737 flights. I think I've gone past that Citation X phase, although it's still very much there, and I'll probably still very much do them flights. We're now getting back into the airline captain phase. And it's a very fun one indeed. IRS position, let's initialize. There we go. So runway 13, let's hope it's going to directly Limbo. Bit of a strange one there. I suppose we had a bit of discretion to put our own departure in there. I mean, we could always look at the charts and just say, I always forget it's over here on the tab, but we can always, you know, Pax boarding, load it up, airport, BIRK, and as you can see, it'll give us the QNH. Let's put the QNH in, so 1006. Remember, do that on the backup altimeter as well. And we'll do our minimums. 1020 there. So that's takeoff minimum, so about 1,000 feet. At which point we should engage the autopilot. So go back to the charts. As you can see, there's no departures on there at all. You do need the aerodrome chart for taxi though. Runway 13, is it that? Yes, it is. Cool, cool. We've got a good parking space. It looks like it'll be straight out taxi to the right, and we'll be taking that runway right there behind us. Beautiful little place, Iceland. This little, you know, city town I'm in is really, really sort of pretty. Mountains and things, and just typical unruined territories, really. I think we do need the pitos on early today. It's what's the temperature? It's only 13 degrees outside. Right, so he took his time on fuel. There's a considerable amount of fuel on board, so we better get going soon. Again, just the packs that take the longest. I'm sure real airline pilots have that problem as well. Well, at least the back door opened this time. So 2 fly, yellow banana. Nice smiley face at the back. Loving the, I don't know if you can see that on stream, but I'm absolutely loving the detail. I mean, there's a lot of grime there that might not be visible to the naked eye from a TV or tablet, but for me, you know, you can just see these marks along the side, this sort of black smudges. It really adds to the realism of the aircraft. It makes it a top-notch model, and it's free, by the way, ZIBO mod. Completely free for X-Plane. Anyway, enough waffling, let's get rid of the clock. Thank you for waiting for that 15 minutes, by the way. Cockpit's looking beautiful as well. And we should really get our clearance. There's no ATC online in this region, so let's go ahead and tune in. Probably, like, the most hated frequency at the moment of VATSIM is 122.8. You know, you join the network, you want to talk to people, and you get, you know, bombarded with absolutely nobody online. Right. Ooh. Let's do a few more things. So I'm going to set the heading to 130. Whatever the runway is. 129, 128. And our speed. After we've initialized our things. There's no departures. Which means we're clear pretty much straight up to 34,000 feet according to the flight plan. So I'm just checking that. I'm a bit sure why there's no stars and SIDS, but I suppose it's just, it is what it is, isn't it? And then when we land direct on Narsarsuaq, which is in the FMC, and then direct to runway 06. We have a few options though. We have an R&V, NDBs. I mean, it's got all the old stuff. It just doesn't have the newer stuff. So should we just do a standard visual approach then? I think that'll be best. Yeah, that'll work out pretty well. Straight up to flight. You can see him changing it on the MCP. The main control panel. The autopilot. And we're just going to do a bit of a rough thing today. We're not going to set the V2 speeds. We're going to just set 200 knots. Just about 9.4, as we don't really have. I mean, that's quite a lot of fuel, isn't it? In terms of cost index, you would think it'd be more. Reserves aren't low. 2, I just put 2 in. Haven't really checked the reserves on the fuel. I usually have to get the flight plan open and look at it pretty detailed to get that result. Right, 82. I think we're going to try and speed this up a little bit. Ah, this is cool though, you can definitely change the configuration. Takes too long to find it, come on Pax, get on board. That's interesting, Travel Buff. I actually was under the impression I was at Reykjavík Airport. No, sorry, my mistake. I was under the impression that this was an international one as well. I mean, it's still suitable for a airliner, there's no doubt about it. For some reason the runway we're using is coming up as not being in use. But yeah, I think this is the runway the airport, there it is, Reykjavík. That's a strange one, that. Like, personally, I know both, but for me, when I think of Iceland's airports, I always think of this one. Like I say, it is perfectly acceptable to fly out of here, acceptable to fly out of it in a Citation, for example, or Boeing. It's got the spaces, it's got the runway length. But yeah, I do appreciate the inside information. We got some good chatters in stream today. Let's prepare. Let's stick a few flight controls. The beacon on because I think they're loaded. Yes, they are. Awesome. Everything came together in the end, didn't it? So let's go ahead and just put altitude and mode Charlie. Awesome. So it sounds a little more like American accent. Will do. Will do. Right, let's get going. 34,000 feet. Now we can put all this in. N1 limit, I'll just stick to maximum. We have 108 packs on board, we probably need the power. Centre of gravity 21.5, so within limits. 5.75 on the trim. Okay, 153 on the end V2 speeds, and that's it. Hopefully we'll give a call out. I've looked at the chart. So we'll taxi, we'll just do a turn around here manually, and then we'll taxi up. Actually, there's no taxi there, we'll backtrack runway 13, and we'll get going that way. Okay, start number 1 engine. Beautiful song. Nothing beats Beethoven. If anyone listening is wondering what song this is Beethoven's 9th Symphony, the finale. Or finale, however you want to pronounce it, wherever you're from. Or the final for us English people. Oh, amazing. Amazing. We made it to the end of the song, and that means we're ready to taxi. I deliberately kept it on because it's 23 minutes long, and it usually takes that long to get started. So thank you everyone for appreciating the music with me. Lovely. So we got a successful start at number 1 and 2 there. And we're going to set 5 notches of flaps. Keep the ignition on continuous. I'm just going to hold off on the pitot heat for now. And then we'll do it, let's turn the isolation valve, packs on. There we go. Switch to the engine generators. APU bleed air and APU coming off. Okay, VNAV I'll activate. LNAV probably won't because it'll be a manual departure. I don't think a pushback would have worked in this situation, to be honest. We would have anyway, we can do it here.
In the laboratories may result in a fine.
U.S. law requires passengers to comply.
Yes, it's got American accents for this particular TUI airline today. Maybe if I'd gone for the blue one, it wouldn't. See TUI in England more than America, though. See, that's a relatively short take, so we're going to turn the transponder to... turn it on. We'll just hold short here for a second. We've got to tune something in, so we'll tune anything 4530 and go back up here to see the strobes on. We turn the turnout lights on, but I'll keep the tail lights on and the land lights off.
Contact ATC. Request takeoff clearance.
Oh, that's cool. So it even recognises that I'm a hold point there. That's cool.
Strobe and steady.
That's very cool. Such a strange name, this airport. Reykjavík. I'm sure there's a proper way of pronouncing it. You know me, on the streams. I can never say the airports probably they got such bizarre ones. Since we're on the runway, we're going to set the weather radar on both sides. Make sure the co-pilot has. Yeah, so his side seems to be locked into mine, which is helping out a considerable amount. There's the turnaround point. Quick speed brake check.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
I don't know if you can hear, but the announcements by the cockpit crew, cabin crew, are absolutely on point in terms of timing. Cabin ready, we'll press the button so we recognise that it's ready to go, and we've confirmed we've heard that. So we'll just hold here for a second. Rudder. Okay, great. Let's get going. TUI 331 Reykjavík Airport is departing runway 13. So we're straight out and then we straight onto the right hand turn. Didn't set our course, but a little bit of time there to set it before we take off. Just to the runway heading. Autothrottle disconnected. Autothrottle still disconnected.
80 knots.
80 knots. Short runway. Very short runway. Holy shit.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Landing gear lever up.
So brake climb, gear up. We're going to turn straight away to the right.
Turn right wide.
That's so odd. It says it's suitable for airliners like this, but then the runway ends up being too short.
400.
400 feet. So VNAV's kicked in. So is the LNAV should kick in now. The autothrottle's working. It kept disengaging. Pretty good departure though. We probably scraped the tail. Although we didn't get a warning on the computer.
1000.
Awesome, we're going to neutralise the gear early today. Just focus the feet, let's bring the flaps up to 1. Just allow that nose to slowly sink a little bit. Still maintaining our climb. Nice smooth departure there from the airport. Reykjavík traffic, TUI 331, climbing to flight level 340. Okay, flaps up. Keeping that nose high so we got the lift. And we don't have to follow the pink line to its exact pathway. We can make our own path as long as we're travelling at the right speed and the right direction in general. So passing 4,000 feet, we wouldn't really turn the lights off till 10,000, but we could turn the ignition off or put it back to automatic. And the autopilot should come on really, but I decided to hand fly it, it's a bit more interesting. There we go, autopilot, and we can just go direct to Limbo now from our current position. As you can see, we're over the sea already. It was a straight out there from the airport from Iceland. So we say goodbye and we'll be flying into Greenland, which looks extremely red, well, orange, and we'll be coming straight in to this sort of place here, straight in for the runway. So it's a very simple flight. What we at now? 7,500. Let's set standard pressure. We'll set that on the backup as well. Turn out lights coming off. Cabin's pressurising nicely. Lead air's looking good. Time for the pizzos.
Fuel facing lights off. No pressure lights.
We'll let her read the checklist out.
Checked.
Makes her feel a lot
Left
more
and right
useful.
landing lights off.
Oh, hang on. Hello, Finders. We got more inside information here. There's no airport in the place I just took off from. The airport is near the city, Reykjavík. About 40 minutes drive. Really? That's quite far in terms of driving, because on the map it's only, I suppose, yeah, it's about that distance, isn't it? So this is not actually in the actual place. That's very interesting to know. You think it would be in the place it's named, wouldn't it? We're now getting turbulence post takeoff. Let's turn the landing lights off. I'll keep the seatbelt signs on for now.
Left and right runway turn north
Taxi lights are off. I don't know why it's not saying it is.
Set. Taxi light off. Set. APU
Now we'd like you to sit
off.
back, relax, and enjoy our service on
Checked.
tonight's flight. If there's anything we can do to make them enjoyable, please don't hesitate to call
Set.
upon us. Thank you.
Green light off. Set.
Will we
Cabin
read the
pressure
chat again?
differential. Cab all
Yeah, so that.
limits.
Thank you, Finders, for that information. There's no airport, so that's in. So the airport is not located in the city, or right, unless something's going mixed up here. I've only used the airport in Reykjavík. Oh, I see. So I think people in the chat are even getting confused about it. It's not the most popular airport. I think next time, you know, it's my own fault for taking off, but it's definitely not it's not suitable for 737. It said it was, you know, from the game suggested, and I decided to risk it, but we did it. We took off without crashing, thankfully. I see, travel off City Airport. Yeah, City Airport is the only used for internal Iceland flights operated by POPs. So strange. I think X-Plane, this is a good thing for X-Plane developers actually. If we've got any X-Plane developers in the chat or in the stream, take this feedback on board that some of your airports are suggesting it's suitable for these airlines. Now, that's my fault. I had to check as a
Heading
pilot.
up. Adjust track.
But as to in terms of like, if I was to go on flight configuration or something and select the airport now, it would say I could park up somewhere when actually I can't. Unless this runway here, 19, is suitable for it. Because this one, 13 does look a little bit short, to be honest. Just go back actually to airport. Let's just check how long the runway is. Oh, declared distance is 1600, 1300 on there. $1,500 and then 1,200. Yeah, so we should have taken the longer runway. That's also a sim brief error, giving us the shorter runway when it should have given us the longer one. How odd. Find it. You worked in the airport some months, and I've been Reykjavík many times. That's very cool. How is it? Is it always snow and ice all year round or not? And he said it's a boring airport as well. Sorry to hear that though. Suppose many airports would be. For non-pilots or whatever else. Okay, 21,000 feet already. We're zooming through this flight. I think with the tailwind of 25 knots, we're going to be there in no time. So what I'm going to do is try and keep passengers happy and give them a little bit of a econ boost back here. It's saying it's about 21, 22 degrees. That's probably too hot at the moment. Let's just bring the temp down a bit. And we're going to stick the anti-ice on. I think due to the turbulence, people can just remain in the seats for now. Actually, that's one thing I have heard, Finders, so thank you for clearing that up. That Iceland and Greenland, you know, and the Scandinavian countries in general are very, very clean places. Not only that, but I think, like, was it Sweden that won the happiest country, like, every single year? He just kept winning the happiest country on the planet. The happiest and cleanest. According to this, well, yeah, this year, 2025, it's Finland. So Finland's the happiest this year. So it seems to be the Scandinavians. Maybe there's a correlation there between cleaner countries and better mental health. So maybe the West could, maybe England could do something about it and take it on board. You know, stop making so many diesel cars and start making more electric. Yeah, it's Greenland's coming up as a very high, very low actually. Greenland in terms of happiness, but the highest is Finland, then Denmark, then Iceland, then Sweden, and then Israel. So strange combination, but yeah, mostly Scandinavian countries there. Well, I don't know about the concerts. I haven't been personally. I've not been to a good concert for years. Like, I've been to concerts in the last 5 years, but the last decent one I went to was like an actual proper well-known band was years and years ago, and that was like a farewell tour as well.
Heading bulk, adjust track. Set. Descent weather, max 3 flight oval steps.
BGBW. Narsarsuaq. QNH1012 there. Not too bad, as you can see there's no rival. Got approaches. Let's have a look at the airport. Let's make sure we're not making another mistake here with the runway length. Looks like a normal one to me. End parameters 19, strips coming at 1950. We'll figure it out. Let's check the approach. So we're going in, I think manually today, so it'll be a visual chart. Let's have a look at the terrain. So yeah, this is the reason I chose this. It's one of the challenging airports. Not just in Greenland, but in the world. This is known for it to be a challenging approach because of the terrain and the lift coming off these mountains at the side.
Bank angle 10 degrees above flight level 300. Set.
So we got some frequencies as well. We got DME there. Minor icebergs may occur in the fjords close to the runway. So this is why I chose it. This is the the challenging part of the flight. We're not in the night time. We're not in the Titanic, so I think our chances are pretty good. But we are in the 737-800. Cabin altitude, we're depressurizing. What's happening? Cabin altitude. Well, the days were coming through pretty good. Let's turn the packs on high. Let's do a trip reset. That's not failed, there's still duct pressure. Are we generally depressurizing? No failed systems. Cabin altitude. My mistake. So sorry everybody. Some stupid reason I put 23,000 on the pressurization. Anyway, I've turned the packs onto high, so that should keep the bleed air coming through nice and strong. As you can see, it's pressurizing now. It's pressurized above 10,000 feet, which is not what we want. We want it about 8,000 feet. So it's a shame you can't dump cabin pressure manually, but I suppose if we turn it here to manual, Right, pressure should be slowly be slipping out of the cabin. And look at the detail here as well, it's like grime and dirt around the buttons. Yeah, so that'll drop down, the alarm will stop beeping. We'll keep the packs on auto for now. As long as there's duct pressure, we're not actually got anything to worry about. Turn the alarm off. Has Greenland find it's got polar bears like that or not? Was it is it devoid of them? I can't remember the other place. I know I call it the North Pole, but the North Pole has polar bears in it. So you think the Greenland would? Damn. One animal in the world, actually, polar bears, that will kill people, like and eat people. I know there are other animals that will kill and eat us, but they're the only ones that seem to go out of the way to do it, if that makes sense. So they like actively hunt people. That's what makes them like a super unique animal. They don't, like, if you get put into a cage with a lion, sure, they might attack you and eat you. There's a strong possibility they will actually, but polar bears will go out of the way to find you. Something like that. If anybody knows any more facts about them, let me know. Since we're just about cruising above the clouds, it's looking very pretty, by the way. Love it when we're at this flight level. I'm going to take the opportunity to just step away from the cockpit. I'll tune the DME first, 118. Okay, there's a different layout today in the instruments. Forgot about this, so doesn't look like we can tune it in. Right, obviously there's nothing there because there's no approach on it. Yeah, so I take the opportunity to take a quick break. I'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Heading bug, adjust track.
Okay, returned everybody. What's going on in the chat? Chat is going off the off its rocker today, isn't it? Greenland crazy, yes. Polar bears, cool, very big bears. They are indeed. Some big house. Some houses with stocked food for soldiers. Sometimes a polar bear destroy these houses. Yes, I can imagine. The size of a motorbike. Serious dog sleep patrol uses these houses for food. Okay, cool, cool. Imagine that though, you've been travelling for all through winter. I don't know, maybe you just want to do it, obviously like you say, they do it as a patrol, but then they get to their little retreat and they've got no food left. Or worse yet, they got no food and there's a polar bear there. I know where there are polar bears, they have to carry guns. They can't go out without them. It's a shame really, but it is what it is. That does sound pretty crazy. Find us skiing in the north of Greenland during the winter. I wonder why though. I wonder what purpose they'd be serving. Why would they need an army of, or even soldiers up there? You think there'd be nobody up there? Is this where? This is probably where all the conspiracies start, isn't it? I'm going to do more reading into this, finders. Thank you. I am interested in history, believe it or not. So I'll look that up and hopefully expand my brain a little bit more. You definitely know your history, finders. You seem like you're really quite well travelled as well. Oh god. Trump wants Greenland today. Oh jeez. Let's fingers crossed he doesn't send a 24-hour flight over there. If you catch my drift. But yeah, you seem super well travelled. You seem like you've lived in a few different places, in a few different countries as well, which is cool. Not even that long, this flight. I definitely think this tailwind is pushing us super fast. Yeah, well, 465, we're not going as quick as we should be, really. We could probably get up to about 500 knots. 26, 28. So good tailwind there, pushing from the east. I also forgot about this feature in the ZIBO, so you do in fact get a built-in checklist, which I find really cool. I haven't followed this one for a while. As you can see, I've downloaded from X checklist a sort of independent one, which is extremely detailed. It's based on a real life procedure, but you should never obviously copy the game procedures in real life. Always follow your aircraft manuals. And not the ones off of X-Plane. So yeah, we could just do, this is actually a lot shorter than this X checklist that I've got. As you can see, look at that, preliminary flight checks, 7 of them. Exterior inspections, 5. The actual style procedure in real life takes, you know, if you're doing an A380 flight, the pre-start's going to be taking you a couple of hours, at least. Oh, is he? I'm not surprised. He's probably coming here to play golf again. The guy's got his own golf club up in Scotland. That's about as much as I know about his like golfing hobbies. Anyone here is interested, by the way, I have been discussing playing other games. I still like the process to get the games from the Xbox to the PC is a real pain, so it seems like I have no other option but to buy them through Steam or to play them through the Xbox app. Well, I've got my eyes on Spider-Man at the moment. I did say Batman, but I think Spider-Man 2 probably going to be the one at some point in the future. It might even be next month. Trying to give you all that info now, see, in case you're interested in it. Really doing well on peak viewership today. We had good engagement in the first half an hour, especially with live viewers, which is good for the channel. The channel is definitely growing, it's definitely expanding. Love it. Okay, so the runway's coming up right over the ford. So we're circling, I think it's water, so around the ford, across water, and then 06 is sort of on the water side, which is a relief. I think we'll go maximum brakes on landing as well, just to be on the safe side. Runway 06.
Heading bug, adjust track.
I think we might actually need to use the RNAV, everybody. So let's go ahead and do that. I thought we could do it manually, but just judging by the position of the runway, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But it's not coming up on here as having an RNAV, it's coming up as an RMP or an NDB. Let's go for NDB Zulu 06. So as you can see, it's a very tricky one into the airport. So initial altitude there, about 6,800 feet. Then we'll descend down to 5,800, 3,800 or 3,600. So yeah, very complicated procedures here for the NDB. Maximum speed restrictions, a maximum speed there of 220, that's in knots. Max missed approach turning speed is 160. So this is all going to make it very challenging. If we of course miss, if we don't, it's still going to be a fun time. This is the altitude of the mountains. You can see they're very high up. Some of them 5,000, 6,000 feet. You're going to be super on the ball. So we'll come round. We're coming from the east. There's no arrival procedures. They're just the approach. So we'll come to the NDB, DME, sorry, and then we'll fly up 269, turn to the left, and then take 063, and that should take us straight down to the runway. It doesn't look like it's going to take us all the way there, but it will take us the majority of the way, and then we've got 11185 there for the NQ. Let's go ahead and put that in. And the NDB 359. So hopefully we'll see that pop up down here on the ADF. Let's go ahead and tune the FMC as well, or program it. So runway 06 on our NDB Zulu. And now if we check, it should pop up absolutely smooth as hell. So there we go, it's popping up, a little bit of a sharp turn. And then the blue line of course is suggested flight path to the runway. Or holding pattern in that case. Sometimes it can be a suggested flight path. Okay, 063 on the heading. So 063 is the runway, and then we'll do it on the captain side as well. So 9 nautical miles DME and Q. We should be about 3,600 feet. And then descending down at 8 nautical miles, 3,100. By 5 nautical miles, about 2,000 feet. So still keeping a very high altitude until the last minute. Whew, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We're actually scheduled to start descent very soon. Excuse me for the silence, everybody. I was reading my stream information. Nothing interesting. Yeah, so not far till the descent. You can see the flight plan there, about just over 200 nautical miles, maybe just under 300 actually. 250, something like that. So Narsarsuaq, straight down to 10,000, and then flight level 310. We already know what the chart says, and we can correspond. So if you're ever unsure actually about heights, you can use the FMC and it will tell you. And then if you want to check the charts, you know, you should really check the charts. It'll tell you the heights as well, so we can, if we want to know how high we have to be at DMA NQ 5 nautical miles, we can obviously use the chart, go down, find it here, so it's saying about 2,100 feet. Then we go over to the FMC, and we can see on there as well that it's similar height, so 2,100, and then MA06 will be our final height, 1,600 feet. High up go round, very high go round, 6,800. Let's pre-program it. To 10,200 feet. And hopefully we can depressurize nice and steady today, no epic failures again. gonna I'm gonna pre-select the heading there just based on the charts. There's 258 initial heading, as you can see, and then 269. We'll get to the DME 8 nautical miles there. That'll be a left-hand turn, sort of like a DME arc, I guess. And then we'll be 063 for final, so you can see this tune this course to 063 on both sides. Let me set the minimums now while we remember. So it's coming up as 102 there, but that can't be right. 100 meters, that's quite low down. The airport itself is how high there it is, so 112, it's not too bad. So we definitely need a higher decision height than that. So we'll set the standard to 200, maybe 150, a little bit lower just because the airport is a trickier approach. Now sometimes the descent doesn't do it in time and it'll descend late, so it'll be descending too slow and too late. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to descend now. Reduce that thrust down to idle. You would never think to idle the engine on a 737, but they do it to descend. Anyway, as you can see there, it popped up before. It did say to obviously pull it. It basically means just pull them back to idle. Auto brakes, I said it was going to go max, but let's go for a 3. We're going for 40 flaps. 100, so it's quite fast. Actually, we might need max. Let's put it on max braking because we got a high speed landing. We got 180 souls on board, plus cabin crew. You know, we got a lot of people here. We don't want to risk it. So it'll be 40 degrees of flaps, and we're going in at 150 knots. That's the estimate now, but it'll change because it may change because of fuel, but I can't imagine it changing dramatically. It's always good to be early and on the descent as well.
Heading bug, adjust track.
Okay, she keeps popping up.
Set. Descent weather, max 3 flight oval steps.
We could use the checklist off here or the pop-up one.
Set. Descent weather, flight plan wind data.
Okay, so it wants me to do the descent. That's this page here, so you can see speed flashing all over the place. Gives you a pretty good
angle 25 degrees, below flight level 300. Set. Left and right landing lights on.
So we wouldn't do that, so you can see 10,000, even tells you on the checklist 10,000 feet. But yeah, this page here is for the descent. It seems it's all automatic, so it's already done it for me. There's not really anything to change there. Forecasts, I rarely use this stuff. I pretty much never use it actually. So transition level, we can just get a little bit more specific with the airport by searching it. Sometimes it'll pop up on the ice, but searching it on the flight plan, of course. Navi tab. Let's click the air chart off for a second. QNH on 012. They're going to give us the transition. Let's pre-program this 1012 in so we don't forget. We're leaving it at 10,000 feet as the transition level for now. The NB Zulu approach is also the NDB DME approach, so it's a 2-in-1. cabin is ready. That's probably... It has been pretty windy during this flight. I don't know why, and the screens are not coming on this flight either. I've got cabin utilities on, haven't we? Yeah, we have. So they're not working this flight. I'm gonna go ahead and tell them to stick. Oh, they've had the seatbelt signs on the whole time, haven't they? Of course. On the speed brake. Good amount of markers popping up on this little radar now. See the RMP, AMP popping up, the VOR2, the VOR1. We do in fact need the VOR2. We've already tuned it in on our side, 118, 11185. And the ADF of course, which should kick in when we get a bit closer to it. I'm not sure if you typed something in chat finders, but it's for some reason disappeared. Oh, I see. Delete by Sander. I see. Long video made by a British soldier about the Sirius patrol gives a very good insight to the north of Greenland. Also a bit sad. Well, I mean, feel free to post it. Excuse me, autopilot's disengaged. Yeah, feel free to put it in the chat, I don't mind. Unless, of course, you can't. If you can't do that, might be worth posting into comments afterwards. I appreciate everyone who's been here today. It's been a super busy chat, super busy stream in terms of people. We peaked at no viewership earlier, which is great. We just need to happen. It just needs to happen every stream. It just needs to keep happening to build that traffic. Of course, comments help a lot. Feedback to me myself is personally just something I like. It just helps me improve and take on board any suggestions, of course. I always like it when people go into the chat, tell me things I don't know, correct me, you know, that's fine. I love that sort of stuff. So everyone keep on it. Estimated flight time was half an hour. We have about 20 minutes till touchdown. Whoa. Look at that. Radar flight plan is tripping out. I'm glad we descended early actually, because that's not a lot of distance between the top of descent and the actual approach procedures themselves, so thank God for that. So it's saying 313, it's obviously flight level change speed. We have discretion about what speed we have on descent, so we can change it. We'll probably maintain a extremely high speed at 10,200. You can see it's going extremely dark. Good thing we got the cockpit lights on. Oh god, this brings back flashbacks of, I believe it's Namibia. If anybody watched that stream, absolutely atrocious. Everything went wrong on it. See, like, oh, that's sorry to hear that. Strange, you can see it on your PC, but not on the iPad. I can't even see it on the PC. It's not popping up in chat for me. It just says that it was deleted by the user. You are, like I say, finders, you are welcome to post that in the chat if you can do, and into the comments afterwards.
Thousand to go.
Yeah, there's 1,000 feet.
Left and right landing lights on.
Let's turn her voice off. We appreciate her, but sometimes we need the focus on the aircraft, not the co-pilot's voice. Plus 7 degrees. I mean, we could turn the anti-ice off, but we're in cloud and rain at the moment. We probably need our window wipers today. Should be maintaining vertical navigation speed. It's giving us 248 on the speed, which is quite slow. Seems to be alternating between 248 and 240. Must be a little bit confused. Drag required. Well, not quite yet, because we're not at Narsarsuaq. As soon as we get to, I mean, we're not even at the top of descent yet. We've still got quite the distance to go. So let's maintain speed then at 300. Awesome, we're about to enter the Greenland territories. We're already in the airspace. So ladies and gentlemen, please do not panic during the approach, no matter how insane it might seem. We never ever crash. Well, that's not entirely true, is it? The majority of the time we don't crash, so don't worry everybody. Just sit back, relax. Please buy some more expensive drinks, because it always helps out the airline. How bizarre. It's actually Danish territory, is it? You'd think it was its own sovereign land. Anyway, more people keep popping in and out the stream. Just be aware if you're hopping in at the moment, we are about to land momentarily. We're just 10,200. You can see it on the instruments there, the height and top of the descent, etc. So that would probably be our call to go to arms, I guess, to land. We did have a good strong tailwind, and then it sort of turned into a crosswind, and now it's gone back to a nice tailwind, so it's pushing us towards that runway. We're going super fast though, 392, sort of borderline overspeed at the moment. Not quite picking up the ADF. Just hope we can see something on runway. Usually I would check the category. I mean, I know some people have been interested in the category approaches, so I mean, based on the fact that it's got a visual approach and it's got NVB, etc., DME, PABI only to be used within the last 2 nautical miles. I don't think this will be a category 3 runway, there's no doubt. It's probably more simple than that. Oh, we have other charts here. Obstacle charts, landing charts, text, things like that. All unique. This is a nice one. We've really got to keep an eye out for the minor icebergs. Apparently really close to the runway datum. Obviously these PABIs can only be used in 2 nautical miles. It's really close. We've got the DME tuned in. That's a nice low one, so it looks like 06 will come down. Hopefully we'll get off by Alpha or Bravo and then pretty much straight at the terminal. We've got a hangar there. Yeah, so straight in and then taxi straight ahead and park up here. Okay, reference, as you can see, the reference for the landing speed is actually down here on the lower left. Decision height, obviously the pressure setting given the altitude of the airport, headings, speeds, heights, the status of what's engaged on the MCP panel, so MCP speed, lateral navigation, altitude, hold. We've got the NDB there, it comes up with the approach, so NDB 06 Zulu. Runway 06, 84 nautical miles. So this is all the information we need really for the flight. I mean, this is a big step up from the old 6-pack that used to exist. It's still the same thing, same information, but there's also more information in there. And then of course you get the radar on the side. And nowadays it's even more advanced than that. This is actually, even this is classed as outdated, because the newer ones, you'll notice that this will probably be in one big screen. Maybe a line down the middle to signify there's two parts, but in general one big screen. Like these instruments will be gone. A lot cleaner for the 737, the newer one basically, the new 737s. I think it's called the Max. Holy smokes. I think this is more than rain, everybody. I think this is like ice and snow as well, because the wings are completely covered in it. Oh my, I cannot see them at all. Look at that. Visibility is 0. There it is, snow. Oh, brilliant. This is my first snow experience. And the plane is completely white. So great. Yeah, first experience flying in snow, everybody, on X-plane. Proper snow, that is, proper natural snow. We want to make sure we're not going to ice up, so maybe we keep these on high with the anti-ice on the wings. Let's just increase the cabin temps. Automatic. There we go. So not, I thought we was completely covered in snow then, but we're not. It's just poor visibility. Okay, 45 nautical miles to Narsarsuaq. It's taken a while to get here. I thought it would have been faster with the tailwind, but it seems to be the weather's slowing us down. Should we start descending? No. So Narsarsuaq's the descent point. For some reason this last stretch has taken a lot longer than it should have, so apologies about that. It did say 20 minutes and we were on time, but obviously something's slowing us down, and it's got to be the turbulence. Let's go for flight level change. Let's maintain, we'll have to go below 250 now, so 240. Nice slow descent to 3,100. If we get a terrain warning, we'll just make an emergency climb back to 10,000 feet. Go around height is 6,800, so actually it might be better to go with 6,800 feet. I'm waiting for to see any sign of the approach, because at the moment I can't quite make it out, and it's looking like it's going to be a sharp turn, which I'm not keen on. So we come in Narsarsuaq. There's okay, so it is a hand flown, final hand flown round there. That's great. That's going to be a real difficult one for me, everyone, and that's a steep turn as well. So I think to be smart about this, we should extend this probably in this direction, parallel to the runway. Then we'll make our right hand turn, because that blue line's going absolutely crazy at the moment. It can't seem to lock onto it. Let's set the 1012. Only 2,500 feet. Again, the mountains and things we've got to be super careful of. There's the runway, and let's check, is it an ILS? No, just double checking. There's the NDB. Should be popping up down here anytime soon. I'm going to put flaps 1, we want to create the drag. Weather's cleared up, thank goodness. So I think it's called, again, forgive me people from Greenland. Cheers, find us. I'm glad there's no snow on landing, otherwise we could skid all over. Yeah, so forgive me Danish, Denmark people, and Greenland people of course, for my pronunciation of the airport. Narsarsuaq is as close as I'm going to get, I think, to the right pronunciation. It probably is. We got a nice NQ there as well. That's the one we've got tuned in. I'm going to click it again just to make sure it's there. So it seems like flying to the NDB, DME, excuse me, for the NDB, and then taking that right and left hand turn. So what we're going to do is, when we get past this waypoint, we are going to switch to this heading, because that will put us parallel to the runway. So this is giving us a right and left hand turn, but I think the FMC is giving us a right hand turn. There's no snow outside, but there's absolutely tons on the ground. It's not snowing, but there's tons on the ground. That's absolutely amazing. First time I've seen it. We are super low down as well. Below 10,000 feet. Let's get our landing lights. Keep down to ice on. It seems to have got colder the lower down we've got. Beautiful though, first time flying here. Super impressed with the scenery at the moment. And that's why the approach is so high. We're pretty much touching the ground. I mean, look at that mountain right there. This is this is why I chose it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place with all this covering, but it's dangerous as hell. We got to be so alert at the moment, and we want the train on as well. I think train's on all the time, but we need to be able to see a bit more than this, visually at least. Holy smokes. He did a good job in this part of the world. I've noticed actually when I flew into Iceland on the game, the rock formations and the mountains just look a lot better and a lot more detailed. I wonder why they've not done that all over. As a Narsarsuaq traffic, TUI 331 is descending to flight level 3,100 feet for the DME and DB approach, runway 06. Okay, we're supposed to be descending, but we're going really close to these. Look, I mean, look at this. Practically touching it. This is definitely the world's most dangerous approach. This beats Courchevel easily, especially because it's an airliner doing it. The airport is capable of handling international flights. You see that it's not going to descend just because they're not on the right speed yet. Let's get flaps 2. Now usually wouldn't move it one at a time. You'd usually move it like 1, then 5, 15, etc. But I'm going to do it one at a time today. Turn them back onto automatic. Wow. Once in a lifetime opportunity, everybody.
$2,500.
Do 5 flaps. Let's do heading. And the plan I originally said, let's follow that. So we go parallel to the runway. This can't be the right kind of approach for this airport. No chance. Just because the train's so close to us.
$2,500.
I suppose we're still clear of it. It's just very dangerous. All the lift as well coming off of it. Well, that's the warning we don't want, the terrain warning. Really, we should have terrain inhibits for landing. This is one thing I don't do much on the chat list, but there is an option there to inhibit terrain. So you can see all those mountains. This is why the approach is so risky. There's not exactly a chance for a go around. Now we're parallel to the runway. We're going to turn, well, we are going to turn parallel to the runway, as you can see. And we'll just keep doing that. We'll just keep on the final. Or actually we can put, I don't really know how to get rid of that pink line, but I was going to say we could put it, it's just showing final. Let's reduce our speed again.
To go.
1,000 feet. Looking pretty good. Let's take continuous ignition. We don't need the wipers anymore. Landing lights are on. Ignition's continuous. Seatbelt signs are on. Flaps have been set to 5, sorry. And we'll wait till we're within the 5 nautical miles of the landing gear. It would have been great if we could have followed this route, but it seems to have come up incorrectly. So it's coming from, on our FMC it's giving us a right hand turn, but on the flight plan chart it's giving us a left hand turn, so I don't know what's going on there. It seems like X-Plane might not have the right thing programmed into it. Flaps 10. Let's maintain whatever the vertical navigation tells us to. Can't use it at the moment, so we'll probably just use up reference speeds. So say ours about 160, I think. Let's do that, and let's activate lateral navigation again.
2,500.
Gonna head into 064, I believe it is. Just want to see that runway in sight at this point. Just want to see the runway lights. I just want to enjoy it. It's not even taking us in the correct flight path at the moment. It's going to be like next to the approach, which is not ideal. That blue line will be, apparently, I don't know, apparently that is the approach. I don't want to balls it up, but apparently you're meant to go around 360 and then come into the runway, but I just can't see that happening. It just makes a lot more sense to go straight in. As I can see the runway, brilliant. Brilliant. We're going to slow right down now to reference speed. So I'm going to slow down to 150. I think for the time being I'm going to take control. I'm going to turn the auto throttle off as well, just to make it a little bit easier to control. Gear can come down, we're well within distance. 15 degrees of flaps. So this is probably why I have to do that oh god, I'm ballsing it up everybody, I've changed my mind again. Let's not stick the gear down, let's let the plane fly itself. So it's going to fly that route, 180 turn. We have dropped more flaps. Yeah, so there's a reason why there's that turn there. That's my mistake. And then that'll give us time to drop down to 2,400 feet.
1,000 to go.
It's just such a convoluted approach, though. Like going round the 180, coming back, and then on final. ...123 inhabitants. I wonder if they ever get lonely out there. I imagine they would. There's only 123 people, everyone probably knows each other. Or maybe they don't. You'd assume that they're all sociable with one another and enjoying each other's company, but sometimes it's not always the case. Sometimes it can draw people apart. Okay, we are 160. I've got 15 degrees of flaps, which is what's required at this speed. Although we are trimming quite nose up at the moment. A bit more speed in there.
To go.
Just gonna pull that flap back to 10 degrees. Shouldn't really retract them, but the speed is. Surely would make like the approach. You come down, yeah, you get a little bit established, and you do the 180 turn back to the runway. It would make more sense to just have the approach if it actually followed the chart, because it just hasn't, has it? That seems to be the absolute final one after the 180 turn. Anyway, it would make sense to have the approach come down here, then circle round the water, the edge of this mountain, circle around, then come back down straight in. I appreciate everyone's patience as well. The landing's taking forever. Usually we get this done pretty quick.
Thousand to go.
Oh god. Excuse me. So he wants you to descend to 3,000 feet. Then he wants you to go back up to 6,800 feet. It's absolutely insane. Like the flight plan should have just took us straight to the runway. Instead it's taking us round to the hold. I don't even think I'm flying the approach properly. It's so annoying. Let's just do that. Let's just do a straight in approach. Oh my. Guys, just everything's just going wrong, isn't it? Let's just do this ourselves. The game, this has got to be an X-plane problem. Silly approaches like this.
2500.
Suppose you can't take any chances really, can't. If you're unsure about something, you know, don't take the chance. But I think if we were coming in a little bit low for that approach, I probably would have done it by now. Anyway, we're coming in. I'll just follow the heading till final again, and then that'll give us plenty of time to descend that way. It keeps coming up the stall, the gear warning. Probably because we've got. Let's put 15 degrees of flaps, so that'll probably keep beeping. There we go, so that'll slow us down a bit more. Also give us the lift we need to overcome the drag. Or the lift to overcome the speed drag, or whatever it is. Alright, ignition goes back to continuous. As you can see, coming down this water bit, which I said originally would have been a better kind of approach for the aircraft. Much longer one, much more time to prepare. So it's saying 25 degrees of... Why? Even that saying 25 doesn't correspond with what I've got on my... honeycomb. I've got about 15 degrees on the honeycomb. Into the unknown, it seems. Narsarsuaq traffic 2331 is 13 nautical mile final for runway 06. Let's just put the gear down to keep the alarm off. At least that'll create some drag as well, so 06. Should be 25 degrees of flaps now. Nope, it's gone straight to 30. And then 30 to 40 today, so the flaps are a little bit out of alignment on the honeycomb. So there's the reference speed, 150 is our reference, but it's coming up 155 at the moment. As usual, the aircraft can't even handle the, it just can't handle it for some reason. I don't know what it is. Even if you put the right flaps in, the right speeds in, it just struggles to maintain it. I have control of the airplane. feet. We are fully geared up now to land. We have everything on. Landing gears down, flaps are down. So we're definitely at the right height this time. Still a bit low. There's the runway.
1,000.
No messing around this time. We're just going to land. Let's get the auto throttle off. Still have to maintain a pretty high and one setting. Reduce our thrust.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Okay, so he's giving us the call out this time. That's reassuring. The altitude to go around is 6,800 feet. Let's set that now.
1,000.
About 150, 151. Remember, the thrust will... actually, when we're on an approach like this with the flaps, we probably need a higher angle of attack to overcome the drag, so we're not really pitching correctly.
1,000.
Feet. We did set minimums, yeah we did. 162.
Think rate.
500.
Think rate.
Okay, there's the two puppy lights. We're within 2 nautical miles, so we can use them now. I'm not surprised we can't use them for that. A little bit slow. This is a steep runway as well. Approaching minimums.
200. Minimum.
Continue, but we're low and slow, and the runway's sloping upwards. Okay, not too bad at the end.
50, 40, 30.
There's touchdown. Let the max brakes do their job. Reversers didn't come out.
80 knots.
80 knots. Yeah, even Max Moray can struggle to stop this thing. Still going. Well, he missed the turn out. Seems to be another one over here, but this might not be the right one, so we'll have to do a backtrack, runway 06. Narsarsuaq traffic, TUI 331 backtracking runway 06. Yeah, very steep approach, very steep runway as well. Like, it sort of went uphill and then obviously downhill for that second part, so I mean, absolutely fantastic choice in terms of challenge, but extremely like difficult to handle. Let's get the ABU kicked in. I mean, we're even rolling backwards now, so let's get the strobes off in the meantime. ABU comes alive. Approach weak, not surprised, but then somehow we managed to get a great landing, 4 stars out of 5. I guess we're on track in the end. Let's go ahead and just park up here at the terminal. I think that's the space, isn't it? Guess it'll have to be a space for now. Okay, so parking brake is set. Let's transfer over to the ABU. Let's get the ignition back to off. Engine shut down. Transponder's coming off. ABU bleed there. I want to turn the packs off early today. Isolation open. Of course, pitot heats. We didn't burn that much fuel, to be honest. We still got about 3,000 kg left. Anti-ice, of course, comes off. Flight controls off. Oh, we made it in the end. There's the doors opening. Packs will be unloaded. So thank you for bearing with me, everybody. That was such a combination of good and poor landing. I don't know why. I felt good in the end. It was good that we survived it all, but that was like a roller coaster of emotions, of skills as well, which I haven't got much of at the moment. I need to brush up on my 737 with a honeycomb yoke. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate everyone's support. As usual, to the regulars, you're always welcome here, and I always appreciate your comments. Find us again. Thank you to Travel Boff for your participation today. Everyone have a fantastic day. I'll see you again. It might be on Wednesday, but it might be a bit later. I'll be going away, you see, so I'll be coming back a little bit later on Wednesday. So take care. Have a brilliant day.